4. What? I wonder how they utilize it for a game like this. Is it even necessary to be on Unreal Engine 4? We'll see. And this picture looks off center. Just slightly. Story. Book. I get it. I get it.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
What? Tell us where the book is. No. Okay then, we'll just catch you on fire. Now no one knows where the book is. Brilliant. Well, except for the kid, but still, they don't know that. The power of the Unreal Engine 4 was not used for load times. I can tell you that much.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Got buttons. That's the only one so far.
The two Ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The Ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Guess they are floating in the sky.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
Square does a lot of things.
Oh, right.
It's now my favorite.
The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels. Or I'm gonna steal your ship. I'm not taking that damn book anywhere. And neither are you. Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts.
He wasn't hopping at all.
Going to get a hero sword?
How do you jump? Maybe it'll be X.
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though.
Well, what do you know? A workbench.
Perfect.
Level 1 looked badass.
A hero sword. QED.
Allows to heal oneself. I couldn't select the other menu yet.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Renado's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the Ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
Plot twist. The kid is a book.
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I harped, said the kid. Wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Cute, said Renado. Ah, ravens.
You know, I would be okay with maybe toning down the shadows if it had a steady frame rate. Well, I guess the frame rate is steady, but you can see it kind of struggling.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge
definitely
and
not
chase
60.
the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Square? Yep.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
No, that's a cool way to have you learn skills. As if there was like a part 1 to this game that we haven't played, or that we played before, and we're like, man, how do you forget everything you learned in the first one? Like, he just forgot from not using them.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known.
Really?
She could do the Kessel Run in 12 furlongs. Well, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eye-beam.
Oh. Dead kid. Maybe. This is a sneaking mission. I wonder. Damn, he just sliced it clear in half. Huh. That was a little more violence than I expected for this type of game.
The book was unburned. Next
Dang.
to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Reynardo picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Man. I mean, I expected the kid to be dead, but not turned to ashes. That's not really funny, is it? That is, though. Why doesn't he steal this much better looking ship? Or this one? He's a fugitive, right? Oh man, the ashes are blowing in the wind too. Now he's breathing in the ashes. The kid is now a part of him. Okay, I'm glad I started breaking these. Aw.
What was the big deal about this book anyway?
The last one.
Maybe he should open it and find out. All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loudhailer. Reynardo could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Reynardo yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base, and we'll spare your life!" it cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time, unless Reynardo could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Reynardo had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Reynardo a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Reynardo could only rescue him. Reynardo dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper?
Well, they said the choices in this game matter, so Saving the friend would be the smart thing, right?
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
I also read that this game is pretty short, so it's like the multiple playthrough thing to get the different outcomes with the choices.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Also, it's supposed to be
Renado's
difficult,
blood was up.
so
He just needed to smash something.
we'll see. Well, I assume you will learn a
Renato
role
had
at some
always
point.
wanted a flying carpet. This was more like a flying tabletop. But it would do.
Where are you taking me?
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renato had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice. Firewalls only let you through if they think you're hot enough.
Yuck, yuck. Ugh. All they had to do is just lower the resolution on the shadows, man. And they could have stopped this from happening. Or I guess I could just not play in 1080p. But where's the fun in that? What's this one do? Wind? Oh, I can open that one.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Renato felt like that.
Wow. An achievement for OCD. Awesome. This is automatically the best game ever.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No? were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Seriously though, the frame rate drops while breaking boxes. Could have been avoided. The game looks good though. It's one of those cases where it probably runs fine on PC if you have a strong enough PC. Or just the option to disable effects. I can always find something to complain about, don't worry.
Renato felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that. It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Good. Thanks. I want to find a workbench.
Renato felt a chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea.
I wonder if these do something later. It seems like they will.
Renato felt ready to become faster, stronger, bolder. If only he could figure out which.
Am I like one enemy behind on skills or something? Oh, maybe not.
Missed his old skills. He welcomed them back like he was at a reunion. Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Nope. Already made the decision to do whatever this guy had, so...
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the Master Spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
a.m. I wonder how long I'll play this before I get bored.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Seems like your stamina refills very quickly. Huh. Is that a sleeping guard? Or a dead one? I guess they're not guards, but enemy combatants. Whatever.
You know what I hate about you guys? Everything.
I wonder if they can kill him in one hit too.
With materials like this, he could probably make a really nice pair of barbecue tongs. Or even a sword.
Ooh. Good thing I learned that dash, huh? How did he miss?
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
I guess there won't be any blood, but it can be pretty violent without it. What do those mean? Do they mean stealth kill?
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. and he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved Geese, Annette, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
That is
What could
ridiculous.
possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo.
Fuck it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
He set it a little bit on fire.
If I craft a sword now, it's gonna be really short.
Man. Hopefully when you replay you have access to all your
He
stuff.
wasn't that good. Yet.
Like New Game Plus type stuff. Yeah, general rule of thumb, just aim towards the enemy. Attack.
Reynardo felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lapino's idiotic plan worked.
I wanted to hit the jumps.
Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Reynardo jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Reynardo, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never return my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lapino. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapino was right, Reynardo thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Reynardo saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land at their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
No. I was wondering how a frog had a cat as a kid, but since she's adopted, it makes sense. Kind of. Hey, that's the fastest I've seen it load. Guess once this gets going, it loads faster.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase. It was a bit windy.
Hey, my health is
up
still
here.
the same. Huh. Maybe that's where the difficulty comes from, since you don't heal between stuff. I wonder what that
Something
noise
useful in
was.
these things, didn't there?
Oh, you can dash through 'em? Oh, it was thunder. Now I saw that, but is that a shortcut or is there treasure up here? Or is there absolutely nothing up here?
This is why heroes are called dashing, Reynardo thought. See? Dashing? Get it?
Bruh. Well, I know what those do now.
Who needed bridges anyway?
Well, now that I have done that, I don't know where to go. Oh. I like the sound, because it sounds like that's outside. Like, in real life outside. The thunder, that is. What the fuck? So they can parry too.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Reynardo. He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her.
Mr. Treasure.
But after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
Oh wait, I couldn't open that. Maybe on the next playthrough.
A crafting bench. Reynardo wondered what he could make with it.
Now I could go ahead and get this one, but what if I want to make this one? Or even this one? I think I'll wait. Now if I die later, then I'll be like, okay, I'll make that one.
Reynardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, She didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again. He said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle.
Let me
All
guess,
they had to do
she escaped.
was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her? As they reached the ruins, Renato could see ravens everywhere,
don't
searching
really
for the
care.
rebel base.
They turned a little,
They'd have
the
to hide
little
the
kid
Farfarer
into
and go
sand
on
earlier,
foot.
so...
What if we get separated? Asked Lapino, for once thinking ahead. I'll show you a map to the base. Renato told Lapino. Renato, don't do this, said Zenobia. We were friends once. We... Shut it, witch, or I'll shackle your mouth too, said Lapino. And then, a few moments later, they touched down.
Ash, not sand. But yeah, still. But it's a cartoony game, so maybe choosing the nice option was the right one, but... whatever. I don't have that much faith in people. Especially animal people.
As Lapino pulled Zenobia off the Farfarer, Renato readied himself for the battle ahead. I'm sorry I nicked your jacket, she said. It's just... oh God. It's stupid, but... it smelled like you. What? He said, confused. Then... why didn't you write? Why didn't you first speak? Oh, save the romantic nostalgia. Let's go! Shrieked Lapino. So Renato launched himself down the path to the secret base. It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
I was thinking about playing Star Trek, since it just came out for PS4. But again, I don't know if you can use your old account, so you probably can't. And I'll probably be starting over, but I got a friend that plays it, so I thought, you know, maybe. Why won't that one break?
Get all the ingredients for a pretty nifty sword.
Try this again. No, nothing there anyway. How do you get truth revealed?
Swell. He always wanted to do that. Smashing things was fun.
Jump. Really? That shit just fell off the edge. Hey, I can make that fire sword now. Oh yeah.
This burning sword from the south was terrific for barbecuing sausages and ravens.
But still can upgrade, huh? Nah, I'll still save it.
Renato checked to make sure his sword was still working. Yep.
What? Oh, okay. Oh, I get fire run stuff. Question is, how do you refill that? Oh, it refills on its own. Oh, that's cool.
He'd once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
You know, I feel like I mostly just made this sword open doors. Like, unless a water enemy pops up.
Whee!
Or a fire door. Yeah, see? It's already paying off. Just something about spinning, man.
Sometimes, at home, he'd wave his sword around for hours.
Okay, I could break that one, but not this one. There it goes. Oh wait. The hell is this? Oh. Okay. Thought you had a chance to attack.
It's beautiful, she said, looking at the ruins. This used to be the library of Ubar, he said. Before your father's ravens smashed it. Do we have to talk politics? She asked. That's not how I want to remember you, she said with an odd, wistful look on her face. She was as beautiful as she'd ever been, and as brave. Peppino huffed. They got back on the trail.
Beautiful for a cat person, maybe. I wonder. Okay, I guess you can't hit him from the front. Or maybe you can if I could actually aim.
Ha! Bet you never saw that coming.
Oh, you can just chop him from behind. Oh, that's cool. Slicey, slicey. Hey, they don't see each other. That's cool. Luckily, they highlight a little bit so you know you're gonna actually hit them. Frame rates were way better here than it was outside in the other
Long
mode.
stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
Huh. Well then. I would really appreciate if I could see my character.
My God. It's full of stars.
Interesting.
There was a radiance at the end of a long, dark tunnel. Mother, he thought?
Problem is the fire. Oh, he died just from the hook. Can't believe I died twice there. But it was mostly from getting hit while I was doing other actions. Wait, what was that? Oh, oh, this goes transparent though? What the fuck? Weird.
As they made their way to the secret rebel base, Renato felt strange. Zenobia was his prisoner, yet somehow she felt more like an old friend. He wanted to tell her all his secrets.
That's not
Suddenly,
good.
the ruins lit up with thousands of fireworks. There was a thunderous roar and dust rose. The caves were collapsing.
The caves!
You've been playing me? Renato said, and he stared at Zenobia. I'm sorry, she said, and she seemed almost embarrassed. Then, everything went dark. When Renato came to, he had a terrible headache. Also, Zenobia's sword was at his throat. And her shackles were gone. So was Lupino. The terrible thing is, he said, I really have missed you. Now that we've destroyed the rebellion, would you consider becoming an advisor to the Emperor's daughter? I'm no one's servant. Everybody serves. Even if it's only destiny. I like to choose my own destinies, he said. The whole point of a destiny is you can't choose. Oh, never mind, she said. Look, if I see you again, I'll have to kill you. He watched her ship soar away. He would see her again, he decided. Even if he had to fight his way across the entire fleet.
Oh, that didn't go as planned. They should have just interrogated her themselves. I guess I did have that option. But that seemed more like a friendly talk than an interrogation.
The Imperial fleet was cleaning up the few rebel remnants. For only a moment, he thought about running. But heroes don't run, even when the world is against them. Even when their cause is hopeless, and their efforts futile, and pointless, and useless, and death painful and guaranteed. He's decided to stop thinking for a while.
I feel like the other analog stick could do something, but it's cool that it doesn't. Maybe the truths revealed is from beating the game. That would not surprise me.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about, anyway? Surprisingly unwounded.
Now I know why that was there. Oh. Oh damn. That's why that was there. I might as well. I haven't come across any barrels in a little bit. I could just upgrade the sword where I can heal with that, but... what the fuck? I was wondering, like, how do I get over there? So they don't do the whole streaming textures in, but they just stream everything in?
Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching.
With her dead ass. See, it's okay to make that joke, because my mom's dead. I was like, why is he moving so fast? But it's the wind, I guess. I wonder why some of these you can knock down, but otherwise you can't. Maybe it's a collision detection thing. Ah, there's the frame rate I missed.
Really didn't have much in the way of safety features, did it?
Really? It didn't parry either one. I wanted to throw him at him. I seem to be finding a lot of
Renato's arm was
energy
sore,
recharge.
his armor wet with raven blood. He was tired of death. But death was not yet tired of him. The rebels were losing. Badly. In some other universe, Renato thought, he and Zenobia had left Sword Fu School together, taken other names and sailed off into the mists. But not this Zenobia, and not him. For him, there was nothing to do but forge ahead. Kill the Emperor and end this.
Huh?
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods? Don't go away.
Well done. Funny how I was just playing Resident Evil. Well, maybe not Resident Evil 5, but the boat Queen Zenobia from Resident Evil. Which one is that? The Revelations, yeah. I sometimes want to play the first Revelations game. Then I remember the item scanning thing, which I do not like.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. Now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
But I just grabbed him, so is it gonna break the tutorial? Yeah. Man. Zenobia is just a cool word in general. And Queen Zenobia makes it sound even better.
At last, he reached the Emperor's ship. Zenobia was there. "Why'd you have to come back?" she said. "Guess I'm just serving my destiny." He shrugged. "You don't even know what that word means," she said. "Do you ever wonder if things have been different all the time?" she said, and drew her sword. In the end, Reynardo lay bleeding out on the deck.
What the fuck?
Zenobia sat by his side, upset.
Merely upset.
"What are you so upset about?" he asked. "You wouldn't understand. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave school? I was afraid you'd convince me not to."
Bad end.
"I guess I'll have to buy you a drink in the halls of the Valiant then," he told her. And then he was gone.
Truth
Okay,
revealed?
that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
Truth revealed, I guess. So this game's really short. But look at all those endings. New location. The fuck? So what does this do? Oh. Rescue, find, accept. Interrogators, so yeah. You get all of this info. The hero who doesn't run even when the whole world is against him. That sounds like me, alright. I'm just playing.
He'd made bad choices.
Really?
But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The book's pages began to flip backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis Stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
I'll follow him again. What's up?
Lapino.
I will
Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus.
I'll try to interrogate the cat chick. Or, you know, not take her to the interrogators, but, you know, have Reynaldo talk to her.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen the winged horse. He'd only sold it. But
though I still have my skills, though.
Where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
Hey, the new enemies are already here. Interesting. I was wondering how they were going to adjust the difficulty to you having all your skills still. game is very well put together.
That was odd. Reynardo had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more ravens.
The map is also different.
The village looked so peaceful. Were the villagers hiding somewhere? Of course not. No matter how much he searched, he would only find ravens here. Sometimes, Reynardo really hated inanimate objects.
Huh. This is definitely worth the 14 or 15 bucks. Even if it's super short, there's more story than you would expect. It's almost like a roguelike.
This chest was filled with reprints of the entire Sandman series. Reprints? What was the point of collecting those? Ooh, and there was something else.
Why is that well glowing? Have I leveled? Yes, I have. Now, hook.
Every day he was getting better and better.
Game over. No, I'm just playing. Why is there not water? Well, there's a little bit of water. Why is it playing this wondrous music? Why do I have so many questions? Who am I even talking to? Why are there enemies in here? Really? I feel like sometimes it gets confused over who you want to parry.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard.
Inside
He'd
of
better get
wells.
moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Oh wow, it's been an hour and I'm not bored yet. Close though.
Reynardo felt uncomfortable around cemeteries. They reminded him of a goth vixen he dated for a while.
Just like the only damage was the hook damage, which was hardly any. But it's fun to do that.
Dirty and bloody, Reynardo finally reached Lupino.
Skip.
The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Reynardo...
But Oh wait,
We
there we go.
capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Then she takes us to,
Capture
we take her to the
Emperor's
rebel
greatest
base,
general,
and she
who happens
kills
to
the
also be a
rebels.
deadly sorcerer, and
Brilliant.
his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He
Hey,
always
a
had a
little icon
soft
down
spot
there.
for her. And he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still
Nice.
get to the core of the
If
Sky Ripper.
I could skip this
even if he
part
couldn't get the
and
whole
just
thing.
pick.
It must have great power.
Can't have it all, I guess.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course.
She was also a cat. Woman.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire
This
her
looks a little
efficiency.
different.
Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
And this time I'm not really as bothered by that little kid getting turned into sand, since they didn't make him
That
go
ought to
through
be
that
enough for
again.
a proper sword, he thought.
Dust, not sand. But yeah, he got messed up pretty bad. Something blew up down there. Maybe I'll find out what that is later on.
Once, Renato had been to a dungeon where all the chests were locked. It was awful.
Oh, they're fighting down there. Well, is he like... I thought he was gonna fall off. Hey, that was supposed to be a grab. Perfect. What? Again, that was supposed to be a grab.
I'm a bit tired of this guy, thought Renato.
Wait. That door back there was purple, wasn't it? Better make sure. Well, I can't go back, never mind. Jeez, you need a lot to make those. I will continue to just hold on to the ores until I get the stuff to make the sword.
So that's what they meant by a firewall. What unlocks a firewall?
Oh, they don't highlight. Hmm. Ouch.
This one looked
Fire.
familiar. Had he lost this one in a card game? Welcome back, he thought.
No. I really hope that's just a joke and it does more than 1%.
wasn't his fault. They looked so
Damn.
fakeable.
Nothing. Had to check though.
What exactly was Lupino up to this time? You could see the wheels spinning inside his head.
Oh, this
Made
part's the
Renato
same.
dizzy, in fact.
And why is he stuck walking? Okay, it's the same but different. Playthrough 2 is all about jumping in through holes, or jumping down into holes.
These things really slice like ham.
I wish there was a button to press to, like, say if you wanted to jump into one of those.
What was the point of this gate? Did they think no one would notice the lever? So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese,
The
a
bait
net,
did work.
setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato. Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. Hey! Hey, a workbench! He could try out his new bling.
What? I guess I might as well learn this.
That would come in handy in a pinch.
Pretty sure that's how you get those chain attacks that I saw in the video I watched.
Feels so close to you.
I guess that's what's happening when you try to pull them and they're right next to you. Funny. Okay, last time I interacted without breaking these. Didn't matter.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye. Without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Renato was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Wait, this option's different now.
Listen, said Renato. Let's not do this. Let's not do what? Asked Zenobia. Look, you're the Emperor's right hand. You are going to have me interrogated, he said. Sure, yeah, but then I remembered how you feel about me. How I feel about you. You are going to have me interrogated. But I didn't. Because you care about me, said Renato. Well, guess again, Buster, he said, and she pushed him off his own boat. As he plummeted towards the bottomless clouds of the abyss, Renato decided that he'd not really handle the situation with his usual finesse.
So...
he had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
why didn't the option... wait, why did the option change, though? Like, what the fuck? That didn't make sense. You should have just... I don't know. Now I really am gonna stop playing.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Okay, I'm gonna do this again, and if the option is back to the original one, then I'll see what that is. But if it's that same thing again, I'm like, okay, I'll come back later.
You know, ore is pretty heavy to carry. You know what's not? A new sword.
Is it really a new sword if I'm just enhancing an old one? That's the question I would ask the narrator. / Ronaldo, because that's obviously him.
Ah, impatient.
You know what's worse though? That if that other option isn't there, then I'll just have to replay that same ending again, because that was like the last choice, unless another choice pops up.
Ooh, what's there?
Stuff you just got. I should be more careful, but at least I get to get that again. Maybe it'll make the other one stronger. Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. That at least some video game logic works in this. Why am I going back? Keep track of how many essences I had. Oops. I can make it now.
This sword from the frigid north was really useful for making popsicles and birdsicles.
Okay. 3 more. Oh, that door is purple. If I could even get back there, I don't know.
What exactly was Lupino up to this time? You could see the wheels spinning inside his head. They made Renato dizzy, in fact.
At least the narration changes. So that's cool. He said while wielding an ice sword.
Who are you looking at? Oh, right. No one.
Hey, that actually kind of hurts. Yeah, that was me not caring. Just being sloppy. I get like that sometime. I guess you really can't hook them from the front. Makes sense though. I really was wondering what they did when they shot you. Like, would it be a one-hit death or, you know?
He could sense the jewel's power. He had a feeling they were going to be great friends. So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato. Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. Ooh, wouldn't his gauntlet look swell with that jewel in it?
I don't even need that though, because I have the freaking thing that just pulls the shield off of him. But I guess that's an alternative.
You think at this rate, the Imperial Army would run out of ravens?
Note to self. You cannot grab them when they charge at you. Can you? Fuck. Yes, sometimes you can. Yeah, I forgot I had the combo skill now.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye. Without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Renato was aware of her feelings.
Yeah, it doesn't
a
change.
bad idea, but Was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Guess I'll just pick option 2 since the original option is gone.
Ah, Lapina was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows.
And now I'm headed towards that same ending, I guess, unless some new option pops up. Doesn't seem like it.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost.
Or maybe this is where the option
Did
popped up.
love a good chase. He was sort of yanking his own shade, wasn't he?
Yeah, I could be wrong. Hopefully I am. Man, come on. Throw him at that guy. Probably going to die soon. The deaths do start getting too frequent. I will buy that sword. Really, all I have to do is not get hit. What the fuck? Oh.
Renato felt a little better.
Yeah, you mostly just get hit when you're doing other actions. You're not in a position to counter.
Don't be shy.
That was kind of messed up. They all attacked at the same time there. I can see why you get the time stop thing. Or why you can't get the time stop thing. Where the hell is he aiming?
Whoa, personal space.
That was weird. Each leg didn't attack the complete
He was
opposite
closing on her.
direction.
He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his. Renato wondered what would happen if he jumped. Would he be rescued by an emergency platform?
Jump and find out. The latest episode of Berserk really wasn't that bad. Oh, we got a new enemy. To be an explosive raven.
Bernardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much.
I can see
She
the
said,
board
shaking.
next to her.
Oh, spare us the
Next to the
chit-chat,
book.
would you?
Yes,
Said
that's always
Lapino as
there.
he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia.
Can't skip.
How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle.
Oh,
All they had to
choice,
do
right?
was take her to the rebel secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her.
Okay, this is
Couldn't
different.
he just talk to her?
Or not different, but this is the choice I was thinking of, not the other one. I thought it was the same because that picture's the same. But he,
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Renato could see the fear in
I
Zenobia's eyes.
feel like she gets away
I
because
can't
how that
take it
picture
to those
looks.
creatures at the base. He whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me. She'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will! Shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renato was falling.
What?
When he came to, Zenobia was standing over
What
him.
the fuck? She's
Why
way bigger
didn't
than
you
I
take
thought.
me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens.
She looks so much
I can't
smaller
stop you,
in the
but
pictures.
strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens.
I have 9 health. Alright, I'm taking a break. So yeah, pretty good game. Part where I was kind of mad was mostly due to my own error. What are the chances of that?